So we're gonna send it to where this one is from. Hi. Ah, are you done? Ah.
Good stuff. Mark here, and welcome to the 10 Acre Woods. It's now Boxing Day. It's a beautiful sunny day, a little chilly. I hope you all had a good Christmas and are looking forward to the new year. Tara was actually shopping last week, doing some last minute Christmas shopping. And there was a young man and his father. I believe the young man's name was Aurelio. And he had an envelope with a whole bunch of $100 bills in it. So he came up and he was picking out people to spread some Christmas cheer. So that was wonderful. So I want to thank you. I hope I got your name right, Aurelio. So it was really nice. Tara said, well, you know, this, I don't need it myself, but it is going to go to our animals. So we did talk about naming one of the animals after him. We're going to have to put a pin in that and figure out which one needs a name. So it is time of the year where I usually do a recap, and I thought this year I would look at the wild side of the animals that have come in this year. Some of them you would have seen, some of them you wouldn't have seen unless you're a member or a Patreon. With wild animals, we don't publish anything while they're on yard, with, of course, exception to the 2 Canadian geese we have that are injured. We want to just kind of keep it hush-hush. So there's a few animals here that you probably haven't seen. So we're going to start out with one you probably have if you've been watching for a while, which was a little bear cub that came in. That was found on a rainy day in the ditch, very cold, full of ticks, and conservation was busy and they weren't able to get out right away. So Tara decided to go pick up this little guy and bring him back here, warm him up and de-tick him, and then conservation could pick him up here. So here's that video.
So we kind of found this guy in the ditch, and he's covered in wood ticks, in the rain. Okay. So clean him up, give him some milk, warm his body up. De-tick him, and wait for conservation to come. I'm gonna hold this so I get both hands. Oh, he's just infested.
That's probably why he's so weak.
Yeah. I'll suck all that dry out of them. Even though they're this size, always be aware.
What's on his eye? Is that one on his eyelid?
Yeah.
Oh.
So he's called, no more morale, we called Black Bear Rescue. So they can take him in when conservation will come get him and take him there. I didn't get Jerry's number. No. Okay, that's fine.
Oh.
Okay, was that on camera?
Yes. He stared at the camera and then like burped. He's drinking too fast.
He's drinking on his own, which is
A good sign.
yeah. I mean, eating is huge, or the drinking is huge because they get dehydrated. So now we don't have to worry about dehydration, but now it's wood ticks that'll make it anemic. So sucking all its blood, right? So now we can worry about the ticks. Okay? Yeah, I want to dry your bum. Make sure you're fine. Okay? Try to make sure he's not plugged or anything. Okay? Yes, I know. Okay? Hi, little boy, little girl. Hey, little girl. She says, I want to leave. I know, you miss your mom, right? I know, you miss your mommy. Well, we're going to find you a new mommy. Hey, we'll find you a new mommy. Okay, so, well, wood ticks.
Yep.
Hey. Yeah, we'll get you some, get the wood ticks out of there. Okay.
Corner.
Let me put me in the corner. Okay, let's spread this out so that we can actually see the wood ticks if they crawl off. Because my house is wood tick free. Oh. I named him her.
So his name is Spook. And this is Spook. Spook is very hungry. So what is Spook? Spook is a magpie. We think Spook is a female due to coloring. So down on the back of the neck it is, oh, what is it? It is gray instead of white. Oh, good stuff. So Spook was brought in to us because he was found in the backyard. Somebody's dog had grabbed him. Now Spook is at an age, he's probably about 6 weeks old now. At 4 weeks, they leave the nest. They're a little bit slower than the average bird.
They're very slow.
And they spend the next 4 weeks on the ground. And that is likely why he got picked up by a dog.
Spook? Spook? Ah, are you done? Ah.
Good stuff.
Oh.
So what we're feeding
Mouth
him
is
it's a chicken feed, but we wet it down. It's something we feed to all of our birds.
He eats every hour. If they were outside, their parents would feed them every half hour or 45 minutes. We do every hour, and yes, they poop every hour. So yes, I do clean the cage.
Spook, turn around so we can see you.
He poops a lot.
We can't see him.
Spook. Ooh, ooh,
Get a good look at him. So once he's ready to go, we will release him.
He'll go in my garden probably.
Yeah, Tara's gonna put him out in the garden.
I'm gonna teach him to eat slugs. Hey, I'll teach you to eat slugs.
Yeah.
Hey. Boop, 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 boop. Yep, on your perch.
Yeah. So that is Spook. See, this is a Canadian goose. Now this one here was brought into us by somebody who raised him, her. Again, we're unsure of the sex, but this one has a damaged wing. So it was likely, you gotta flip him over. So what he suffers from, we'll call it a him for now until we know, is something called pinwing. So pinwing is when the knuckle of the goose kind of is flipped. And what Tara's been doing is
knuckle here.
Yeah, and it actually looks really good.
Yeah. So
these feathers were actually sticking straight out, so towards the camera kind of thing.
Call it pinwing or damage or whatnot. So what we've done is we've folded the wing, taken a hairband, put it over the wing, and that's going to hold it tucked in, so it's actually seems like it's been 2
Yeah,
days.
it's been 2 days, and we took it off earlier today, and
He was able to hold it.
hold it in position. Now we did start playing with it again, so we decided to put it back on.
Oh, there we go.
But the gosling was probably wandering by itself because Mom, yeah, you can't quite stretch it, can you? Because Mom probably abandoned it, knew that something was wrong. He wasn't going to be able to make the flight south, but he just might be able to now with, if it's, you know, he's young enough, he's on the mend, and we'll see how things work out.
When they're young like this, they're easy to correct. If you can catch it early enough and do these simple things. And, you know, I mean, it's amazing. At least he's walking more comfortably. Even if he doesn't fly, he's more comfortable because the wing's not going to drag on the ground.
Hi, Glenn. How you doing, Glenn? Hi. So Glenn has pinwing, which is back here. So probably won't be doing any flying south. Well, not this year, but maybe next year. And then there's Gwen. Gwen's a little bit more shy. Gwen has a broken wing, and we figure she was shot. So shot in the knuckle. You can see how the one wing on the left is dragging. It is feeding time. We've got them in this, what is this? It's a terrarium, I guess. Works good for this kind of situation.
Hi.
So we believe these are robins. We're not entirely sure, but there is some red that is on their bellies. Now they've actually grown quite a bit.
Tripled in size.
Yeah, in size, and their feathers have really come in since they first came in, which was Monday, I believe it was. So what we're feeding them is chicken feed, so chick feed.
17%.
Yeah, the egg layer. Yeah, which is what
just more protein.
What we have on hand, and what we normally use, and what we've always used. We started off years ago. I think it would have been in 2008 when we had a little red-winged blackbird come in. Oh, there's a poop. And Mama would usually grab that as she's feeding and throw it out of the nest. You can see how they bring their bum up to present it to Mama, we'll say. So the red-winged blackbird that we had, we went around and we collected, there's another one, all the worms. We looked for worms, and it was quite the process in going through. And then we mashed them all up, and we fed them. And it was a lot of work. You know, mama birds, they do a lot for their young.
Hard.
So we thought, well, let's try something different. So we went and we added water and we soaked down some chicken feed, which is right in here.
Warm water. And
yeah, and then we basically get it into a mush, and then we feed them.
yeah,
now,
they'll eat this all day today.
We've done this, well, since 2008 with a number of birds, and there's been no issues health-wise. I did talk to a lady that you shouldn't be feeding them chicken feed. They need a certain diet.
It's non-medicated.
But this has worked, and so this and goat's milk, of course, for any other animal that does come in, because of course goat's milk is higher in protein and fats. So it looks like they're just kind of winding down. Every hour they get fed, with the exception of throughout the night when Mama would be sitting on them and keeping them warm. So Tiana's got, looks like
Tat.
tit, or is that tat?
I got tit.
Tit and tat.
I got tit.
So are you gonna
Whoa!
put them off the
just do
balcony,
it.
or
Are we gonna do them right off here?
where are you going?
He's sitting on my hand.
This is the,
Let's do
this is
this.
the best time.
When do we? Oh, you're just gonna go?
Oh, okay, there we go.
Woo!
Okay, bye.
Bye, tit! Bye, tit!
That was easy. They usually hang around.
All my hard work, and that was it.
That was it.
Every hour, feeding every hour for 2 weeks, and that was it.
Then they just grow up and leave.
Bye!
From time to time, we do get wild rabbits that come in. And this wild rabbit came in. For some reason, I didn't film it. Either I was at work, or I just forgot about it, or I couldn't find the footage. So Tiana did take the camera out and filmed the rabbit's release, which was great. So it's a short little clip. Now, what had happened was it was somebody that lives around here, and there was a rabbit nest. And what had happened was there was a dog. They had a dog that went and dug up this rabbit nest, and there was only one survivor. They brought the rabbit to us, which we feed goat's milk. So we've got powdered goat's milk on hand at all time. And that's what we fed the bear, the cub, at the beginning of the video, was powdered goat's milk. Has high fat and high protein values, so it's kind of our go-to for that. Java, you want to be on the video? You're a silly boy. So anyway, here is the video on the release of the rabbit.
So, little bunny. Going in a little hole. Boop. Come here. Come here. Oh. Go in there. Go in the little hole. Boop. And he's gone. He's just sitting there.
So this is Kindred. And then we have over here, we have Bambi. Don't we? Bambi's a little younger and not quite as active as Kindred.
Okay.
So we are bottle feeding goat's milk. And they are both boys. So where did Kindred come from?
Okay, so Kindred, the one underneath me, was found 3 days old beside its mother, who passed away, giving birth to the other twin. So Kindred means twin soul, and so this is Kindred. So now we will feed milk up until they're 3 months old. That's as long as they need the milk. Then they will be released back out in the wild. They will be under the watch of somebody, but they will be ignored and not treated as pets, so that they cry, and a new mom will come in and help them. And this is 9 and 10, like we said, and they've all been adopted back out by another mother deer. So we typically are the only ones that are in here hands-on, but they will not remain human-friendly. That's a 3-month window that is there for their best interest, to get them wild and back out.
Now the only reason, well, Kindred is larger and of course more active.
Well, Kindred is 4 weeks old. This is Bambi.
And Bambi actually has lines down his neck versus spots where you can see on Kindred.
Yeah.
So that at first glance.
So Bambi, or Bam, is 3 weeks old, was found with its twin, and we brought actually both the twins in. We were able to save one of them. They were about 4 or 5 days without food. Their mother was killed on the road.
Yeah, so they were found actually in the city in a fairly busy area near the airport. So we'll rehome them.
They're both going to go together as twins. This one never touched the wild, so we're going to send it to where this one is from, and keep them together. That's it. It's all gone.
Yeah.
It's all gone.
So as I mentioned before, we've done deer before. Quite a number of them. Conservation came by and investigated on one of them, and that's where we kind of secured the relationship with them, because they know we're not keeping them as pets, which is the big concern. They don't want people pulling animals out of the wild and trying to domesticate them. So they are eating. Just not,
yes.
They want the bottle
There's
more.
Nothing there.
But they are starting to eat solids, so leaves from this willow tree that we have in here.
Both boys, we think, right?
Yeah, well, when Kindred was peeing, it came from the central area. Yeah, not quite yet. And then you can usually tell when the tail comes up too. So they'll be with us for, I guess, another 2 months.
Another 2 months.
Well, maybe a little bit less than 2 months.
Tough love.
Yeah.
Tough love, but it's what's best for nature to get them back out in their own environment. They are not pets. Okay? Even though we love you. Yes, you're going to get tough and you're going to get bossy. Yes. Right? You need to be wild. Okay? You're gonna coming around.
Yeah, but that's good. We want.
Yes. Yeah. No, you don't want them.
We want them to be scared of humans.
Where
and
they
after,
go?
After the 3 months, they will.
Yeah.
From our experience, you know, the first one we ever did, we released back in our area, and it was fine. You know, she would come and go. She was a little bit closer to the house than the other ones, but she learned very quickly. When the other ones got excited, tails went up as a warning sign, kind of that white flag run. Then she learned that, and we noticed in watching her from our deck.
We're on the highway right now, heading out south of the city. Today's a little bit bittersweet. Along with farm animal rescues, we also do wildlife. But we get it back out in the wild as soon as we can. So the 2 baby white-tailed deer that came in at 3 days old, today is their release date. So it's a little bittersweet because we've raised them since they were babies, but they're ready to head back out there. So we're dropping them off at their new location, which is 80 acres back where they were found. And there's a creek running through the 80 acres, and they feed the deer in the winter, lots of feed for them, but they're not pets, which is awesome because that's exactly what we need for these guys.
Yeah. So we're just on the highway headed to their new location. We'll see about getting some new updates maybe when we're getting there, but we'll see about that.
Yeah, loading them up, we were supposed to have the camera going, but we needed all 4 hands.
Yeah, it was a little hectic of a grab to get them in the back.
When you're wrestling deer, they kick like you wouldn't believe, and of course we haven't taught them to be hands-on or be carried, so they are wild. And that was a little bit of a wrestle, no hands for a camera. See you in a bit.
Yeah. So we are now on location, and we're going to be releasing the baby deer. They're old enough, they're about 3 months old now. And we've got some nice bush around that they're going to be able to wander around in, some nice snacks. I've been seeing a lot of rose hips, that's going to be a good thing.
Come on, Kendrick. Kendrick. You're okay. Good boy. Good boy. Come on, Bambi. Good girl. Hey. You're free now, right? Right?
They're big. Of course
Right? Quite a bit bigger. Oh, eating right away.
That's good to see.
Love it. Okay. Kindred. Hi. Isn't that the coolest? So,
so sweet.
if mentioned to Uncle, it is good if he scares them, like from coming up to him and whatnot.
Make them less used to it.
I know it's so hard not to though. Say goodbye. That's Kindred. Say goodbye. Well, you're gonna see him, right? Okay. So Bambi and Kindred. Oh, my little monkeys, right? Pooping. So this is what we say is bittersweet, because raising them for 3 months and then to see them like this is awesome. So they are well far and away from any roads that are going to get them. And Uncle, who lives here, is going to keep an eye on them. All right, guys, say goodbye. Hey, Bambi.
Hi, kids. How are you? Oh, Sheldon. Hi, buddy. You guys are full of hay and ice. So that is it for this video. A little look back on the wild side, I guess you could say, of the 10-acre woods. So I hope you enjoyed that. And if you have any questions about the animals that did come in, please feel free to leave them in the comments section. Do you guys like the taste of my jacket? This is JJ and Willow, the two lambs that came in this past spring. And of course, Onyx, and nobody can forget Sheldon, our special little boy. Yeah, see, he looks right at the camera. Little movie star. So I'd like to wish you all the best in the new year. Again, I hope you have a wonderful holiday season, and we'll see you in 2022. Take care. Bye. Yeah, what is it, kids?